Hey, okay, so we're making sure everything is in place so we can start recording. Yeah, I think everything is okay. So let's just go to the main screen. Let's start. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So today we have a very quick video for you. This one right here is about the church and how Asorine is saying Asorine. As Asorine is a money-making entity, making said people. It's mind-blowing if you think about it. These pastors now just want more money. It's not about say, okay, sorry, they're going to be telling you the word of God or anything. It seems the church now is purely about money. And before I even get into this one right here now, the person that we're going to talk about today in the church, this is a man I respect a lot, so don't get it twisted. I listen to his preachings most of the time. It's just so bad. It's his church, but then hey, y'all know what? When it's on Gossip Avenue, we have to talk about it. So I just have to say that. Without much talking, though, roll the intro. Let's keep it moving. Okay. Okay, so this is right there. This the pastor whose church we're going to talk about today. Yeah, sorry when any of don't get it twisted, because this is a man I admire most, like his relationship sameness and his preachings and the way he goes about it. It's something I'm always listening to. But today, let's just read a little bit of it, right? What happens is at the Inverto International Airport in Madagascar, right? A missionary who was in charge of it, Bishop Larry Odonko. Let me just give you a whole backstory. Let me go back to the main screen, give you a little bit of a backstory before we go on, because we cannot read the whole thing, right? It's going to be a long video if you try to do that. Okay, so this is right there. There is a pastor for this church who was in Madagascar called Odonko. So the question is, this pastor is there managing the affairs and making sure everything goes in line, right? But as he's there, he receives what I would call a disrespectful change. Because how is it that you're changing the pastor? You're bringing in a new pastor, and I say, say be a pastor, Madagascar. You make it official in a formal way. But when we sent me rather a text message on WhatsApp, say that's so disrespectful to begin with. There's a also, a movie pastor from one place to the other. What you do is you give this pastor is like the ticket and also all the other essentials that's needed. A bit I'm not travel from Madagascar to Ghana, but in this situation, no tickets were provided. That's according to the case. It's a case I've been following for some time now. I won't provide any tickets, nothing. But when this pastor found a way to come to Ghana, according to this pastor, there is a COFEX BS, but that money is actually his. I need there from some book sales that he did. The books are for this pastor right here, right? That he wrote Mills. But then at the end of the day, scanning work of me and there because he had printed them and sold them out. And no been for the bag Ghana. Obedru Ghana, yes, that's the main issue that I wanted to talk about. But my question is, if the church has an issue right now, no, I don't get it, because when two individuals are having a problem, let's say a wife and a husband, the church would rather want to sit on this issue and resolve it. But as I said, the church can't resolve its own problems and they call courts more. And mostly, if you have to follow up with it, most of the court cases involving these churches are about money. And if you look at the amounts of money these churches are talking about, it's like huge amounts of money. So is the church now, no, what's actually going on? Let's go down there. Let me show you a couple of the things that makes this case so interesting to me. So that's what happened, right? And it was involving a 2003 Toyota Land Cruiser. That is what this case is all about. A 2003 Toyota Land Cruiser. That's what I've highlighted here. Now, if you to go down here, so where is it? I'm trying to find it. Yeah, in the rate. Lighthouse requested Lighthouse requested the courts to condemn, that's Odonko, to pay the sum of 80 million RRE, that's the currency in Madagascar, which is about 137,600 Ghana cedis. Being the total, wait, so if a pastor is stationed somewhere, my question in back on Sunio, if a pastor is stationed somewhere and at the end of the day he's moving, that's a man may be beyond fame nano quine. Nothing sorry car be or not so or tone you try to know I don't see anything wrong with it. How is it that the church is now so focused on material things and money. If say this is what the church is turning into, then some of us like you find it now very confusing if going to the church at all is worth it. Because all the church is talking about now is money. Wait, don't get it twisted though. Should this man be able to sell the church's property and just go free with it because he was a pastor? Hell no. Hell no. But for such a respected church and for such a respected, I really respect the man a lot. Was there no other way to resolve this issue than taking it to the court? I know, say, the argument is also going to be, oh, the church is the biggest thing in the country or whatever, and hence it has to go to court. But like, really? Really? These pastors are solving relationship issues, marriage issues, and all that, and they can't solve internal problems involving it. Anyway, let's just go on about it. So, Lara Donko did not appear in court in person when the case was called on January 19, 2022. At the lower court of Antananarivo. After searching desperately for a lawyer in Madagascar, Larry said he got one. He got one, Joseph Stephen, and told him his side of the story. So this whole thing just kept going on and going on. And here, where is it? I want to find the judgment of it. So it said the court hereby rules in favor of Larry Donko, declares all claims by Lighthouse Chapel International to be ill-founded, and dismisses them all without prejudice. Like, at the end of the day, this person was also found not to have actually stolen the car, because the car was actually stolen by the pastor who had taken charge from him. A whole nother problem though. You didn't even do your due diligence, and as we're talking now, so when this whole case had started in Madagascar, this pastor was in Ghana, and the new pastor whom he had handed over had actually sold the car. So what was it about? Was it just malice? Is it say you're trying to get this man in trouble out of no reason because you feel he cannot be able to fight a case? And this is the church that we're talking about. Now, so for if you go to the church right now, oh, this person is doing this to me, they'll be like, oh, God's time is the best, whatever. Leave it to God and all that. And y'all just thought the right thing to do is to take this man to God and ask him to pay these huge sums of money, which I don't know where you were thinking he was going to even get it from, right? There's one thing that he had said about the church. He said something about the church. It is very condemning, and I want to find it again and read it. Yeah, so this is it right there. When he was talking to a friend, when this Pastor Donko was talking to a friend about the church, he said this, which I find like, let me just read it. It says, I think the church is too controlling. I'm reading from here. It says, I think the church is too controlling. Then also, it's not about the welfare of the people, but numbers. That is it. That's what I'm talking about. That's my vibe right now. Why? These pastors just want to talk and be able to boast about, well, I have 100,000. I have 200,000. I have 200, a congregation of 200. I have a congregation of... Charlie, what is the word of God saying? We are not doing that anymore. We are not. It's about having members who are rich. It's about being able to tell people their secrets. Oh, God says this. Like, Charlie, baby, I calling is very scary. And I know, say, when these cases do happen, he is also human. He can't be able to say other things that are not actually the air customer. Because, when two people are fighting, each one of them will say they are right. So this man can also just be playing malice here and be like, oh, they did this to me, they did that to me, which might not necessarily be the case. But come on. Charlie, guess what? Anytime I think about it, anyway, he won. But also, like, we moving on, he says, I do not feel the freedom to follow God. Bishop Dag wants to be God in my life, and I can't allow it. Larry Odonko told a friend who wanted to know why he resigned. So, Bishop Dag wants to be God in my life, and I can't allow it. Think about it. Imagine you looking up to someone, you're like, oh, these are the last straw of prophets or the last straw of pastors that you can actually believe in. And there are this damaging statement. Bishop Dag wants to be God in my life. I think the church is too controlling. Then also, it's not about the welfare of the people, but numbers. When you have these damaging comments, Charlie, coming from somebody who worked directly, Somebody will also say these are temptations that's coming the pastor's way, but come on. How are you resolving people's marriages issues, but you all can't resolve issues in the church, and now everything is out in the open and you look at it and you're thinking, oh God, it ain't equal. When did the church get this way? When did the church get here? When did we get here as a people? Anyway, so this is it right there. What do you think about it, right? What do you think about this? Let me go to the main screen. Let's have a little bit of a conversation again. Okay. Yeah, so this is it right there. This is it right there. This Lighthouse loses case against resigned Bishop Larry Olonko. They lost the case, and what do you think about that? Do you think we should find a system whereby we as Christians, and I say, are suffer from when there are problems like this, they can resolve it within themselves in the church? Because right now it's like Christianity is turning out to be this whole religion whereby it's appalling now. If you are not steadfast in God, you feel not right to call yourself a Christian based on issues like this. It is a car. The congregation, no, people come to church and they're able to buy a car for the church. So why take a pastor you have worked with for all these years to court because of a car? I don't get it. Do you think that's the right way to go? Or do you think as Christians we should find other ways and means to make sure we're able to resolve these issues so that they do not get into the open? Just go into the comment section. Let me know. Let me know about it. Me being a Christian and seeing things like this actually just sets me off. I'm not even going to lie about it. What do you think about it? Go into the comment section. Let me know. And that is the gossip for today. Lighthouse lost their case against this pastor. And I'm just so happy that they lost. I'm just so happy that they lost. Yeah, so happy. We as Christians need to do better. We really need to find a way to resolve our differences, not bring it into the open. It's like we're making this whole thing, we're making real, I'm using this whole thing for Christianity, but yeah, man, I time. And that angers me. But that is it right there. You all know the name, the dope man, the bassman. So this has been Gossip Avenue. And bro, you all know how we do it. I'm gonna sign out and the videos will be coming at you at the speed of a bullet. Keep it moving. So let's end this one right here. The other videos would follow.